wildfires and COVID 5 years ago tonight. The rains fell and they did not stop for days, leading to a $1 billion disaster called the most widespread in Nebraska history.
Now Steve White returns to a community hard hit and still dealing with the aftermath.
Water overtopped the headworks maintained by Loop Power here near Genoa, just one of many communities hit by one of the most widespread disasters to ever strike Nebraska.
Well, it looks a little bit like Niagara Falls.
The night started with a house fire, and before it was over, Genoa fire and rescue members were pulling people from rapidly rising floodwater.
The snow melt and the rain came and all the water ran off. I was pulling trucks out up in the hills and kind of knew we were going to have a problem when all that water got to the bottom.
Meteorologists call it a perfect storm. Weeks of sub-zero temps froze the ground and rivers, also covered with inches of snow. When the rain fell, there was nowhere for it to go.
Kind of come around this way.
Water overtopped the Loop Power headworks near Genoa and ran through every canal, creek, river, and valley, washing out roads and destroying highways.
One of our deputies with the K-9 unit was in his vehicle for over 26 hours stuck, so devastating.
Sheriff Ben Bakewell was in his first term and couldn't reach half the county.
The biggest thing was losing the infrastructure of the roads and then the contaminated water. So we had a lot of people that were actually in our communities step up and, hey, what do you guys need?
Helicopters airlifted hay as farmers found themselves on islands.
Events like that, I think they change people for the rest of their life, and they don't forget those lessons.
A year before COVID, some students went virtual as telecom crews used fishing boats to run fiber lines.
I was like, you guys are risking your lives to literally hook up internet.
Ranchers lost cattle, people suffered losses to their homes and businesses, and the county racked up bills for roads.
So we have money bonded out at the bank. Trying to get that money from NEMA is difficult, and it's a long process.
We've got a majority of it, but there's still some to come in yet.
The equipment that got Darren Nelson down flooded roads is back where it belongs, on the farm. But if needed, he'd do it again.
Everybody just out to help everybody else.
It took months to reopen roads, not just gravel, but highways closed for months on end. And even here at the headworks, 5 years later, still some work being done related to the disaster of 2019. Reporting near Genoa, I'm Steve White.